So I want to go back to something that you said earlier. Basically, like why do we get uncomfortable when somebody is sad near us? And I have some theories here. I mean, one, emotion is contagious, right? And I mean that in the best possible way. If you're around somebody who's in a really good mood and your life has not been recently destroyed, you're going to feel a little bit buoyed by being around that person. If somebody is really angry and pissy and raging and you interact with them, you're probably going to feel pretty prickly for a bit, right? When you see somebody who is in pain, I think there is a part of our brains, I think there's a part of our limbic system and our nervous system that sees ourselves in that. That could so easily be me. That could so easily be my kid or my sister. And we start to feel with that person, which is, in my opinion, what we're designed to do. That is what our limbic systems do. We feel with each other, and we don't like that feeling. We don't like to be presented with how tenuous and fragile life is. I mean, this is what so many Eastern philosophies are built on, turning to face the fleeting nature of existence. We don't like that. So instead of being able to recognize, wow, this could be me, and that really hurts, and I'm going to take care of myself around what just came up for me, or I'm going to use that moment of shared humanity to be as supportive and present as I can to the pain in the room. Instead, some part of our brain goes, oh, fuck no. I am not going to feel this, and I'm going to remove whatever it is that is making me feel this way. Now, this isn't conscious. This isn't just like nefarious jerk sauce here, but this is a term we'll just make up for right now.
Jerk sauce. I like it.
It's not like we do this. I mean, some people are intentional jerks. That's not who we're talking about. I'm talking about an unconscious impulse to distance ourselves from the pain of existence, the fragility of existence, right? When we start to feel with somebody else, we want to have a way of saying, that's not me, right? This is why, after Matt died, apparently there were a bunch of news articles. I only saw one, and one was plenty. In the comment section under the article, there were people like, why did she let him go in the water? Why is she such an idiot? Why wasn't he wearing a life jacket? Like, who wears a life jacket to go swimming? Nobody. But all of this like blame, shame, you brought it on yourself. You hear about this if somebody dies in a car accident. Well, were they wearing their seatbelt? How fast were they going? Were they drinking? Like all of this, what did you do wrong to make this outcome? If we can identify what you did wrong, I would never do such things. I would never have gone swimming in a dangerous river. I would never have been trying to cross at a well-marked sidewalk, in the middle of the day at lunch hour. Like everybody knows that people drive crazy at lunch hour, right? So that would never happen to me. There's this distancing that we do. And if we even like allow that, like, okay, random shit happens sometimes, you do the best you can to be safe, and sometimes things happen. If that happened to somebody I love, I would still be okay because I would never be as upset as that person. I would never be crying in public. I would never have to leave my job because the flashbacks are so bad. I'm okay. I'm safe. Everything we do in the face of somebody's pain is trying to convince ourselves that we are safe from that kind of pain. Everything.
That's so interesting. In the inability to sit with or just hold it without the gift and the things we're talking about is having to sit with the reality that you could easily be in that chair, or that could easily be your life, which I agree with you is true every time.
Every time. We apply the binary to so much of human existence, and binary is for math. It's not for humans.
I like that.
I think we have this idea that you have two options, right? In your own grief or witnessing the grief of somebody else, like the healthy option is to cheer them up. The alternative is, rocking in the basement wearing sackcloth for all eternity and never rejoining life. Like those are your only two options. So there's this sort of rabid intensity trying to get somebody to cheer up, or trying to get yourself to move past it if you've really swallowed that message that you shouldn't be sad for very long. Like there is a third option, and it's where most humans live, right? People ask me how I'm doing now. The time that we're speaking is 13 years after Matt died. I have an amazing life. I'm good. And Matt's dead. That's never gonna not suck. I'm never gonna stop missing him or wishing he was here. He was an amazing force in the world. Like the world lost out on a lot when that man died, right? Both things get to be true. And I feel like this is true for so many people and would be true for so many more people if we were allowed that third option of not 100% recovered and happy and not 100% destroyed. Like, if it was okay for us to be human and to have things hurt and still hurt, I think everything would get a lot better.